Back again.
By popular. No, we're not popular.
Yeah, but unlike your girl, we're back. We're reacting to Myron, who won't date a girl, and if she's able to do this. We'll see.
What can a woman do to retain a man? And before you answer,
Sure.
I also want to understand, what can a woman do to make herself available to him so he knows that she's interested, but then not coming across as like too crazy? Because obviously a man, from what I've learned from my brother, I've understood that a man wants to know that she's about him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm for you, you're the man, I want you, right?
Yeah.
That's apparently how it needs to go. So, but then can't she come on too strong? Like, what can a woman do?
So, do you want me to speak for me or objectively, like for men in general?
Wouldn't it be the same?
No, because I've learned some things that I've had to kind of learn from like my experience. For example,
I'd like to
I'll
know
give an
both.
example.
Thank you.
So, right, it used to be if a girl bothered me a lot and texted me a lot, I would get annoyed and frustrated and be like, what the fuck? But then I realized, oh, this girl's not a slut. She's actually invested, and she doesn't do this all the time, which is why she's annoying the shit out of me, because she feels a sense of connection, because she's like, okay, I'll hook up with anyone. So bam, immediately she's like bonding to me, right?
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
The nonchalant type of girls are the ones that you're like, the ones over go Twitter, they be tweeting shit like, if you don't respond within 3 hours, I'm replacing you. So it's like needy, dumb people who need therapy. Those are the people I don't like.
So I'm like, okay,
That's
cool,
sweet.
right? So I'm like, I used to get annoyed by that, but then I was like, no, that's actually a good sign. So I've come to respect that and tolerate it more, where it used to annoy me, right? What I would say is like for a girl in general, right? So like that's my thing, right? I got annoyed, but it took me some time to figure it out, right? So that's some personal reflection. But for a woman in general, right? Obviously, don't be annoying about it. But what I would say is like you got to come in and figure out where the guy's deficient, and then kind of come in and fill that void. And when women are, and here's the thing too, like women are fantastic at like being socially aware, socially calibrated, seeing things. They can walk into a room and read the room. Like women need to take that skill set and be able to figure out what their guy needs, right? So like if you go into his place and you realize, okay, this guy probably needs some fucking spoons or some shit like that. This guy, you know, most guys are bachelor pad guys and they don't have shit, maybe one spoon, one fork. Bring in like a silver set or something like that, right? Yeah, bring some spoons and forks. You'll be like, wow, he's really gonna appreciate that, because, dude, I can't tell you how many guys go through life and they've never received anything from a woman ever besides their mom. So a girl being like creative and thoughtful, like that goes a mile,
Okay.
like really far. Because most girls don't give guys shit.
But what if it's early and like you don't know? I'm asking for personal reasons.
No,
What if you don't know?
that's fine. That's
What
fine.
if you don't know where the gap is in his life, and you see him, you're like, okay, that's a cool one. I like him.
Yeah, I think women are too scared of showing interest, and they're too scared of investing early on, because women are like typically aren't used to investing. But what I would say is, if the guy's a winner, you got to kind of stand out from the other girls, and investing in a guy early on, it's a risk. It's always a risk, right? Because you don't know where that man stands. He might.
Everyone is investing in the beginning. It's a risk anyway.
Not
That's
everyone. Not everyone.
Yeah, no, I'm saying when you want a person. Like, for instance, he says women are scared. But when I say I'm like a guy, you invest from the get-go. But the point that I'm making is, if Ozoti, you don't invest, like, girls would be like, how do I shoot my shot? And he does not know. It's like, generally, I think girls have this mentality of, you are supposed to know that I like you without me saying it or showing it. And it's not going to work in your favor if you don't make something happen. You have to make something happen. Because sometimes you'll talk to a girl, right? And and I learned this, at a very young age. She was a bit indifferent or whatever. And then later on, she says, like, I used to like you. I'm like, what do you mean you used to like me?
How is that relevant now?
So all the time you thought I was gonna just fucking sense that you want me, and that. But yeah, if you want someone, you just gotta put in the work, male or female. Make an effort.
I think it's a communication thing whereby people think that people are supposed to read body language. People are supposed to think what they're thinking. Yeah, you're right there. You're right.
want to just fuck bitches and he might not even want a serious girlfriend. Or you might have to do, here's another thing that's unpopular, but I tell girls all the time. You might have to play the waiting game. And what I mean by this is, understand, like, let's say he's not willing to commit, but you really like him. You're just always there. You're always available. You're the one that pretty much rides it out. You're the one that rides it out. I can't tell you how many times where one of my main chicks, like, she just rode it out longer than the other girls and provided more value over a longer period of time. I was like, God damn. Okay. And then she starts to get privileged.
What the fuck does that mean? One of my main chicks. What does one of my main chicks mean? There's only one main chick.
Well, not necessarily.
No, there is only one main chick.
No, you can have multiple main chicks.
You're just sleeping around. If you okay, then
No.
what makes a side chick? What makes a side
Let's
chick?
put it like this. Let's say I have 4 girls, right? 2, I'm serious.
No, you're not serious about 2.
Who made the rules? How do you know I'm not serious? I can be.
No, you're not.
Why?
Because you're gonna get married to one person. Well, if you're smart and
Yeah, Baba.
you're from society with people who have a brain, you understand that you
limp
only-
dicks, that's what you mean.
No, you understand that you only get married to you can get married to another person afterwards and have like a polygamous marriage or relationship, but you only get married to one person. So there's no such thing as
You
you
get married
being
to
serious
multiple
about
people.
multiple. Yeah,
You can get married to multiple people.
yeah, but that's not normal. That's not normal.
Yes, it's not the norm, but anyway, you interrupted me while I was making my point.
You only have one dick, but continue.
Yes, and a lot of underwear. But the point that I'm making is, if I have 4 girls, 2 I really like. I really like these girls. Both of them, I like them. Maybe for different qualities, reasons, or aspects, right? But I like these girls. You'll see me in public with them. I will take them out. I will spend time conversating with them. Like, we can spend a full day together. Go out, come home, all that stuff. And then the side chicks, those are the girls that I don't go on dates with or whatever. Those are people who you just meet up with them for convenience. Maybe the
That's
only
not a side chick though. That's a slacker. That's a new person. What? That's just someone you fucking. It's not a side chick. You can't do all those things with a side chick. You can't do all those things with a side chick. The problem here is that, like, it's not that complicated. Like, you can't be serious about multiple people at once. You can't be serious about multiple people at once.
I personally think you can.
No, because it has to come from inside. It has to come from your heart. Uguthi, when you want to invest, like when you're serious about one person, you are investing everything in them. You can't invest in
Yeah, but
everything
that's a
in
two
different
investment.
people. What do you mean?
That's bad investment. Like, that's why you diversify the portfolio. You know, it's. I understand what you mean, but also at the
So
same
you're
time,
saying
it's.
women should also do the same thing.
Hey, good luck to you and doing that paternity test. But the point that I'm making is, I can be like, maybe I'm at a point where I haven't made a decision on which one I wanna go with yet, and I'm still like, who.
Then you're not serious. Let's
Or-
not play around. You're not
Or
serious.
you're in a polygamous relationship from the get-go. Like, they both know.
Yeah, but polygamous relationships they are not the norm.
Yes,
most,
they're not the
most
norm.
people are not doing that.
Yes, that's true.
So, generally speaking, if you have 2 people, in most cases they don't know each other. They don't know what's happening. So you can't say you're serious about them. You can't
Yes, and
say you're
that-
serious about them. And if you're serious about 2 people at once, marry them. That's serious.
Yeah.
That's serious. You can't have two. You can't have 2 main chicks. Meanwhile, you've never married any of them. They just, the only thing that separates them from the side chicks is that you just conversate with them.
Hey, man.
So if
Cold
you're really serious about 2 people, marry them. Like,
Or don't. Find a third one that.
privileges
Will
and
be the
certain
winner.
accesses that other girls aren't, and then just by virtue of her being around and being available, being useful, being an asset, I can't kick her to the curb because she's too goddamn useful. And what'll end up happening, and I've always said, like, when a woman is
I'm sorry, but some of you women are just fucking idiots. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
Like, why the fuck would you settle for that kind of relationship?
Because women want certain lives at all costs.
Then you're a fucking idiot.
It's like the girls who say shit like,
I get a polygamous marriage, like I was born into one, but a polygamous relationship? Are you fucking serious? What kind of idiots are you people? Like, how were you raised to settle for being second best
women don't
in
mind
a
sharing.
relationship?
That's another thing. Women don't mind sharing. It's like,
Yes,
it's an open secret.
if it's a marriage, it has some level of status. It has some level of, you know what's happening. You know that this guy is your kids.
Look at
are
D.
gonna
Ray
be taken
Davis. He has
care
2
of.
girlfriends and he lives with both of them.
Who?
D. Ray Davis.
I forgot who. Oh,
The
the light skinned
comedian.
guy.
Yes. He has 2 girlfriends and he lives with
Good for him. His girlfriends are probably idiots. Why the hell?
why?
Why wouldn't you settle for marriage? Like, what?
Maybe they're
Where-
gonna get married.
Where are we in society that marriage is not something that you look and aspire to have?
No,
It's just
they
some weird
may
shit.
be gonna get married.
So I'm supposed to live with two people.
I'm not advocating for
one
living with
nah,
women and stuff like
it's
that.
just dumb.
I
is
wouldn't
like
do that.
coachable and trainable, that man will train her into a woman that he will grow to eventually.
You don't train people. You
do
don't train
actually.
people. You don't.
You do.
You don't.
You'll never find someone who is the way that you want them to be. There's certain things that are in their character.
No, you tell them what you expect in. You
and
tell
you
them
ask
what
them
you
to change
expect.
certain things from them
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's training.
or adjust.
I wouldn't. Yeah, it's adjusting. I wouldn't say it's training. You train the dog, not
Hey,
people.
man, it's just
Actually
6
love.
to 9.
This is why the guy's got to be in a leadership role. When a woman changes a man, she's going to change him into something she's eventually going to hate and resent because he was able to change, right? But when a man is able to change or grow into what he needs,
Okay, that's not fucking true. Like, the problem with Myron is that he wants what he believes to be the truth at all times. Like, a woman, if she changes you... Like, so what if she changes me from being a drunk into a sober person or a person who drinks casually, once in a blue moon? Sometimes he just says things.
Does that mean
because
she's gonna want you to be a drunk?
she's
She's now
gonna-
gonna resent
"Oh,
you
you
for not
got drunk."
drinking.
Like, no.
he's going to grow to love her because she's like, damn, I can't operate with this girl. Like, bro, I don't even know how to do my laundry or nothing. Like once a woman becomes an indispensable piece of that man's repertoire, you fucking got him. But that takes time, that takes investment, that takes risking, that takes also the ability to be like, okay, he might fuck other bitches, he's not ready right now, but I'm gonna stand the test of time. And at the end of the day, all these other hoes are gonna come in and out. I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be for him, and then trust me, they're gonna notice that. Because the thing about modern day women is this. Women have so many options nowadays that they're not patient. So since they have so many options, they're like, why am I gonna wait on this guy? I got this MLB player talking to me, I got this NBA player over here, I got this NFL player. So since women have all these options, what ends up happening is they conflate those options with real relationship opportunities. And the two are not the same. Just because you can
That is fucking true. Because surprisingly, a lot of women want like high earners and stuff. But if you look at the stats, very few people meet those standards. And a lot of women will get to date a guy who has money. Like, it's easier for you to date than get the marriage. Because think about it, how many exes does he have? A guy who's like successful and married, he probably has like 7 previous serious relationships. So you can date him, but the chances of you getting married to him,
fuck this guy doesn't mean you can retain this guy. So if you do find the guy that you like, you think he's worth it, etc., it's on the girl too to have some critical thinking skills and figure out if the guy's worth it. But I can't tell you how many times just playing the long game and being there and outlasting all the other girls and adding value, bruh, he has no choice but to pick you. And even if you don't get like picked as like the main girl, you're gonna still be.
What do you mean main?
I told you.
As opposed.
I told you.
Okay, no, I was trying to make sense of
told
the
you.
situation, but he's beyond repair. Fuck this shit.
one of the girls.
Well, I'm glad that's not the hill you willing to die on.
What?
I'm glad.
That-
Nah, but like, what is the main, as opposed to what?
Like there's
Secondary
levels to
main,
this.
third
Like there's
main,
levels to it. No, it's
micro,
stupid.
macro.
It's
What are
dumb
you
as
saying?
hell.
It's loyalty, and that's very, very difficult to find with the way women are, because women are taught to trade up, women are taught to find another guy, women are taught to date and exercise options, etc. If you go against the grain and you actually stay loyal to that guy over the long period of time, and the big thing is outlasting the other girls, man, that's gonna leave a crazy impression.
So just adding as much value as possible, just always being there
Yeah.
and just.
I can't
knowing
tell you how
what's
many
up.
times, like, girls that are like not even the hottest of the hot, they
Yeah,
just
that's true.
outlasted other hot girls. Because I've always said it, hot girls are useless because they've rarely had to be useful in their life. So even if you're a girl that's like maybe 6, 7, whatever, you're gonna outlast a bad bitch because bad bitches are useless.
Yeah. So difficult. It's difficult.
It's competitive, and
Yeah.
and this is the thing. This is the thing for women that they don't understand. The problem is that there's not enough eligible bachelors to go around.
Exactly.
So for women, it really sucks because the more successful you are, the prettier you are, the more money you have, etc. You're competing for a very small pool of men. So the way you're gonna win a lot of times is just outlasting the other girls.
This is literally what my brother tells me. My brother will tell me like, no, you should speak to this guy. And I'm like, no, I shouldn't. And and he's like, no, Layah, you should. And I'm
So
like,
your
all
brother's
right, I'll
chasing
do
you
it because
up.
you tell me to.
Yeah,
You know?
higher status
Oh,
men a lot of the
yeah,
times
yeah.
aren't gonna chase women.
Yeah.
That's another thing too that kind of women need to understand is that like once you get with a guy that has options, etc., you're gonna have to do a good amount of the pursuing. You know?
Interesting.
And it might be for a period of time, but you'll start to notice that you're like getting a more serious position. He's like, hey, I'm gonna go do this. You want to come with me? You want to travel with me? Or he starts inviting you into more personal things, introduces you to his friends or whatever it may be. These are all like good signs that you're like moving up the totem pole.
Fascinating. It's really, really interesting. Okay, let's keep this going.
Help him get other girls. Oh shit.
Help you get other girls? I can't do that. I
know.
can't do that.
But that would
I'm
really
sorry.
set you
That
apart,
would
too.
Yeah.
He'd be
I
like,
don't know
God
about
damn.
that.
Because most girls the more things that you could do that other women aren't willing to do.
Get other women. Oh,
I know it's
don't
tough.
think I could do that
I
one.
know it's tough.
I don't know. Hey, let me enable your cheating on me. Let me enable this. I don't know if I could. I would much rather add even more value in a different way so that he's like, I
Yeah.
don't want to lose that by cheating on her.
Yeah.
But you're just like,
I'm
that's
saying,
not how it.
Anyway, yeah, that is some red pill. What?
Yeah, red pill. Like, I'm a fan of what all these guys say, but the problem is, it does not have longevity. You can't be a red pill guy in your 40s and your 50s. It's cool now when you're
like-
still young and
But more the thing is, there's no alternative to building a family. There's literally no alternative to
Yeah.
building a family. And especially but I found this more so with women. They're like, oh, so what? I'm single. Marriage is not a goal. It's like, yeah. And then they say, I still have family. I have my friends. You're out of your mind if you think your cousin is gonna leave their spouse and attend to your problems. If their spouse has problems, they come first. They will always come first.
But yeah, man, like that was Myron won't date a girl unless she is able to do fuck this guy. Yeah, that was it. See you
Anyway.
next time.
Click again.